Shalom, my friends. Zev here, ready to share a little wisdom with you today. Pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable. We're going to talk about something fundamental, something ancient, yet so relevant to our lives, especially when it comes to how we approach our resources, our investments, and even our very future. You see, in this modern world, it's easy to get swept up in the currents of speed and immediate gratification. Everyone is looking for the next big thing, the quick win, the instant return. But our tradition, our very ancient heritage, teaches us a different way, a way that isn't about chasing the fleeting, but about building something enduring. Today, we're going to explore a profound Jewish rule, a principle so deeply ingrained in our understanding of the world that it shapes everything, from how we welcome a stranger to how we consider a financial opportunity. It's a rule that, when truly embraced, transforms the way you see prosperity, not just for yourself but for your community, and for generations to come. Many years ago, in a bustling town nestled in the ancient land, there lived two sisters, Rivka and Tamar. They were both respected in their community, but they had very different approaches to life, especially concerning their livelihoods. Rivka was a skilled weaver, known for her beautiful, durable tapestries. Tamar, on the other hand, ran a small but popular inn on the main road, welcoming travelers from all corners. Rivka, the weaver, meticulously prepared her loom, selecting the finest threads, often from far-off lands. With great care, she understood that the strength and beauty of her finished tapestry depended entirely on the quality of each individual thread and the integrity of her initial setup. Her work was slow, deliberate, and sometimes even painstaking. But the results were always magnificent, lasting for years, often passed down as heirlooms. She would often share her insights, saying, "A thread unseen in the final pattern can still unravel the whole design if it's weak." Tamar, the innkeeper, also invested deeply in her craft. Though her investments were different, her inn wasn't merely a place to sleep. It was a sanctuary. She put her heart and soul into ensuring that every traveler felt not just welcome, but truly at home. She invested in comfortable beds, warm meals, and an atmosphere of genuine hospitality. She saw every guest as a blessing, a temporary member of her extended family. She would say, "The true measure of wealth is not what you accumulate, but the good you can share, and the bonds you can forge." Now both sisters were successful, each in her own way, but their success stemmed from a shared, unspoken understanding of a very ancient principle. It wasn't about the quantity of their earnings, but the quality of their foundation, and the spirit in which they operated. One day, a wealthy merchant, Reuven, passed through their town. He was a man of ambition, always seeking new ventures, new ways to multiply his riches quickly. He observed Rivka's slow, careful work, and Tamar's generous, open-handed approach. He was intrigued, but also a little puzzled. Reuven approached Rivka first. "Master Weaver," he began, "your tapestries are indeed beautiful, but your process seems slow. Why do you spend so much time on each thread, when you could perhaps weave more quickly and sell more?" Rivka smiled gently. "Reuven, my friend," she replied, "a tapestry is more than just threads woven together. It is a promise of warmth, of beauty, of endurance. If I rush, if I use inferior threads, the tapestry may look fine for a moment, but it will soon fray, unravel, and disappoint. The true value is not in the speed of creation, but in the lasting quality in the Hakarat Hatov, the recognition of the good that it brings to its owner for years to come." Reuven nodded, still pondering her words, and then turned his attention to Tamar's bustling inn. He noticed that Tamar often gave extra portions of food, or offered a comfortable blanket to a weary traveler, even if they couldn't pay much. "Tamar," he asked, "you are so generous with your resources, even with those who offer little in return. Don't you fear this will diminish your own prosperity?" Tamar laughed, a warm, inviting sound. "Reuven," she said, "the concept of Hachnasat Orchim, welcoming guests, is not just about providing shelter. It is about opening your heart, seeing the divine spark in every soul, and sharing what you have. When you truly welcome others, when you are grateful for the opportunity to serve, your wellspring of blessings does not diminish. It overflows. The more good you put out, the more good returns, often in unexpected ways. It's an investment in something far more valuable than gold. Reuven, a man used to calculating profits and losses in tangible terms, found himself deeply challenged by their perspectives. He had always focused on the immediate, the measurable, the return on investment in a purely financial sense. But Rivka spoke of enduring value, and the Hakarat Hatov of lasting quality, and Tamar spoke of the boundless returns of Hachnasat Orchim and genuine generosity. He left the town, his mind buzzing with new ideas. He began to apply these principles to his own ventures. Instead of seeking the quickest profit, he started to look for opportunities to build lasting relationships, to invest in quality that would endure, and to extend generosity, even when it wasn't immediately profitable. He started to see his business not just as a means to accumulate wealth, but as a vehicle for good, a way to contribute to the well-being of the wider community. And what happened? Reuven found that his wealth, far from diminishing, began to grow in ways he had never imagined, not just in monetary terms, but in the trust of his partners, the loyalty of his customers, and the profound sense of purpose he felt in his work. He discovered that the ancient rule, the one that teaches us to build from a place of deep respect and generosity, truly yielded all results. So what is this ancient rule, this profound principle that Rivka and Tamar, and eventually Reuven, came to understand? It is the understanding that true investment isn't just about what you gain, but about what you cultivate. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of everything, and acting with a deep sense of Hakarat Hatov for the resources you are given, and practicing Hachnasat Orchim by extending generosity and building a welcoming space, not just for people, but for prosperity itself. Let's unpack this a little. Think about it in terms of urban planning. Imagine a city planner who is tasked with designing a new district. One approach might be to focus solely on maximizing immediate profit. Build as many buildings as possible as quickly as possible with the cheapest materials and sell them off. This might generate quick returns for a few, but what kind of city would that create? A fragile one, prone to collapse, lacking in community, and ultimately, unsustainable. Now imagine a different kind of city planner, one who understands the ancient rule. This planner doesn't just think about buildings, but about the ecosystem of the city. They consider the quality of the infrastructure, the pipes, the roads, the power grids. They think about public spaces, about parks where children can play and neighbors can connect. They plan for resilience, for systems that can adapt to change, for spaces that foster a sense of belonging. They invest in the unseen, the underlying structures that allow everything else to flourish. This is an investment in Hakarat Hatov for the land and its potential, and a practice of Hachnasat Orchim for all who will inhabit it, creating a welcoming and sustainable environment. This kind of planner understands that the true yield of a city isn't just its property values, but the well-being of its citizens, its ability to thrive for generations, and the harmonious flow of life within it. They prioritize creating a welcoming environment, not just economically but socially and environmentally. They see the investment in robust, well-maintained infrastructure and public amenities as an act of generosity, an act of Hachnasat Orchim, inviting prosperity to take root and flourish. This isn't just some abstract idea. It has direct implications for how we approach our own financial lives. When we are offered an investment opportunity, do we just look at the potential for a quick return? Or do we ask deeper questions? Do we consider the foundation of the company, its ethical practices, its long-term vision, and its contribution to the greater good? Are we acting with Hakarat Hatov for the resources we have, ensuring they are used wisely and respectfully? And what about our personal finances? Are we constantly chasing the next hot stock or viral trend, building a financial house on shifting sands? Or are we meticulously building a strong foundation, diversifying our assets, understanding the underlying value, and investing in things that will stand the test of time and potentially benefit others? The ancient rule is simple. Before every investment, consider the welcome. Are you welcoming true value, enduring quality, and a positive contribution? Or are you welcoming fleeting gains that may leave you with nothing but regret? When we approach our investments with Hachnasat Orchim, with an open heart, ready to welcome and nurture what is good and sustainable, we are not just investing in assets. We are investing in a healthier, more resilient future. We are recognizing the good in the world, the inherent value that exists beyond mere numbers, and we are showing Hakarat Hatov for the blessings we receive by deploying them in ways that uplift and endure. It's about understanding that prosperity isn't a zero-sum game. It's about creating an abundance that can be shared. When you invest in a company that treats its employees fairly, that cares for the environment, that provides genuine value to its customers, you are practicing Hachnasat Orchim on a larger scale. You are creating a welcoming space for ethical growth and demonstrating Hakarat Hatov for the interconnectedness of all things. This ancient rule encourages us to slow down, to look beyond the immediate and to ask ourselves, what kind of foundation am I laying? Am I building something that will stand strong, or something that will crumble with the slightest tremor? Am I extending true hospitality to my future self and to those who will come after me? This isn't about being overly cautious or avoiding risk entirely. It's about being discerning. It's about understanding that true prosperity comes from a place of integrity, generosity, and a profound appreciation for the resources we are entrusted with. It's about cultivating a mindset where every financial decision is not just a transaction, but an opportunity to affirm a deeper, more meaningful connection to the world around us. So the next time you find yourself contemplating an investment, or even just managing your daily finances, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I applying the ancient rule? Am I welcoming enduring value and contributing to a resilient ecosystem? Am I practicing Hakarat Hatov for what I have, and Hachnasat Orchim for what I hope to build? Because when you do, my friends, you'll find that all good results, the lasting ones, the truly fulfilling ones, will inevitably follow. And that, my friends, is a blessing worth investing in. Shalom for now. Until next time, may your investments be wise and your hearts be open.